Hello, everybody. It's Tuesday. I know I'm late, but I'm here. Hello! Best time is still time. Hello, Iris. How are you? How's it going? I apologize for being late today. Something came up. I got on as close to normal time as I could, but I did end up 20 minutes late. Sorry about that. But we are here. I don't mind you being late. You have a life, and that's okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. Iris, you are always so chill with just whatever's going on. You're just always so chill with everything. I love it. So today, let's just say last Thursday, I think was when I did this last time. We finished the main story of Tavern Talk. We saved the world from a potentially world-ending disaster. So today we are going to dive into the DLC. I am very curious as to where this is going to go, considering, you know, the world was... I prefer chill Iris over panic. I do too. Yeah, so we're gonna dive into the DLC. I'm curious as to where they're gonna go with this, just because I don't know, like we've already saved the world. Like what more is there to do? But you know, I'm curious, I'm hopeful. I mean, they did a great job with the story so far, so I have no doubt that they'll be able to continue it with grace. So without further ado, perhaps just chilling, maybe, I have no idea. Without further ado, let us get into the stream. Alright, let's pause this here. There we go. Okay. We're getting back into it. Alright, so I think I have to click this button. Yeah, no data. We'll be she again, why not? This DLC contains spoilers for the main story of Tavern Talk. Good thing we finished that. Good thing we finished the main story, chat. 38th of the primordial moon. Alright. I think I have a problem. Got an RPG yesterday, but I got 13 hours in it. Oh. 13 already? Why are you the first person I see? Innkeeper, a drink. Quickly. Good to see you too, Una. If you don't get me a strong drink immediately, I'll burn this whole tavern to the ground. That is, if you still remember how to make one, with your fancy infusions and all that magic mumbo-jumbo. Oh, this is the, do you remember how to play the game? I got it. Suit yourself. Alright, do I have all my recipes? Not quite all of them. Okay. This is what I got. Okay. You know, we'll give you cursed coffee, because that's what you deserve, is something cursed. I don't have all my infusions either. Where are the pine cones? Whatever. It's fine. This is what the game gave me. This is what I got. Okay. We do still have hot chocolate, so we can make hot chocolate for the child. Everything is all good, yeah. We have the ones that I was making anyway. Like, I was making all of these. I wasn't making the tiny ones anymore, so... What infusion do I usually do with this? Don't need that one. That one, no. I think this one is fine with that one, because then we can just do this. And then just one of these, and then we're good. Nope, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. No, I lost my infusion. Gotta feed this to Adu. Okay. This one is the one I want. Okay, we got this. Let's go. The new RPG lets me name my own castle. That's pretty cool. First thing option it gave me were wild. Can you like type in whatever you want, or do you just have options that you cycle through? A strong drink for our strong friendship. Friendship is a strong word.
Ha! Love it. Don't tell anyone I said that.
They wouldn't believe me anyway. So, you haven't shown your face here in over a year. What's the occasion?
Would you believe me if I said I miss you?
No, I wouldn't, actually. I would.
Good, because I do. I also needed a break from fixing some local roofs. Been at it since... ever considered putting up a clock instead of a dagger?
Oh. Wait. That dagger was Neil's first gift to me. Lady Evelyn traded me that dagger for my clock. Neil gave me the clock, right? Lady Evelyn traded me that dagger for my clock. Feels wrong to take it down.
How sweetly sentimental. My compass broke on the way here, you know. A bad omen, if you ask me. Almost wandered in the wrong direction.
Must be difficult to navigate without stars. You fell back on good old star navigation. Oh, right, because the stars are not in the sky anymore.
Yeah, turns out I missed them after all. Think you'd have a shot convincing Leviathan to send some primordial stars up to the astral sea?
Not a chance.
How have things been for you?
Great. Been handing out a lot of fun quests. A bit boring, to be honest. How have things been for y'all? Things for me have been pretty great ever since, like, what, 4 days ago? It was the last time we played this game. Lots of random options from what Google told me. I picked one of the first 3 that popped up. That's, okay. Things have been pretty great. Would you like one too?
I think I'll pass for now.
How about you? Still working with Archie on a biography sequel. Oh, right. Archie was going to write a biography of Una. That's right. Theo told me you're teaching them pyrography. Who is Theo? I forgot who Theo was. Chat, how am I forgetting people? Who is Theo? Are you working with Archie? Whatever that is.
We're still figuring that out, but I'm having fun.
Happy to hear it.
I'm currently talking to Archibald currently trying to talk Archibald out of writing the Gwyver-themed romance novel Kyle is trying to talk him into. God, no, Kyle. Don't take ideas from Kyle, please. It ends badly. Guess the last encounter didn't scare him enough. Let me guess, Kyle's been talking to the Gwyver. When I guess the name I chose, the 3 options I was shown, no joke, were Meow Meow Land, 3 Street, or the Demon King's Castle. Please tell me it was Meow Meow Land. That's amazing. That's the one that I would have chosen. I would have chosen Meow Meow Land immediately, because that's fucking funny. Last encounter didn't scare him enough, I guess. Nothing can scare that vampire as much as bad fashion choices can. Still, Archie should really stop taking his literary advice.
Maybe he should write something inspired by... No, I'm too edgy. I picked Demon King's Castle. Aww. But Meow Meow Land is funny. Banshee Mary Morgan's love story. Banshee Mary Morgan's 5th breakup. Oh, they like on and... Have they been like on and off again over this past year? Oh, that's sad. Banshee Mary Morgan's love story.
I'll pass your idea along. Relationships can be tough, huh?
They can be. But they can also be very rewarding. That is true. Relationships can be hard, but they're very rewarding. Like for Neil and his parents. They worked hard to repair their relationship, and it made them better people.
Yeah, I'm happy for the kid. That being said, if they ever make him sad again, I'm throwing hands.
You and me both. Speaking of the sneaky guy, do you know if the Zoford familiars got back to them about Melly's tea party yet?
They're already planning what cakes to bake, or no, but they did kill their wizard, so... Have we heard from the familiars, do you think, over this past year? Please option 2, okay.
Fair enough. Should be glad they're not sending fireballs. But before I forget, I've got something for you.
For me?
Here you go.
Ooh, a recipe. I wasn't expecting to get a recipe today. Ocean Fizz. Surf the waves with the prickly Ocean Fizz. This fresh drink will bring back memories of sea foam and chill summer days. It's not only rich in flavor, but also provides you with the agility and strength of a reef shark, as well as the thick skin of a humpback whale. You'll be quite the catch. Hey, I'm already quite the catch. Dog is screaming at shadows. Fair enough. A recipe?
I won it at a card game. It sounded delicious.
And you wanted someone to make it for you?
Exactly. What are you waiting for?
On it, boss. Alright, time to make a very specific drink. Will do. Alright. 3 dex, 2 strength, 1 defense. This works, right? Ocean Fizz. Boom. Ta-da! It's really cool looking, actually. Imagine I'm presenting this to you while making fizzing sounds. Because I'm not going to do it.
I'd rather not. But it's just as delicious as I thought it'd be. Anyway, I gotta go. I wanted to check up on Lynn.
She should be training with the Chimera right now, or she's visiting her cousins in Ereve. I think she killed the Chimera. She's visiting her cousin in Ereve.
Ugh, alright. I'll go bother Baya then. See you later.
Okay, bye, bitch. See you later, Una. I don't know what my hatred for Una is. I just don't like her. She was mean to me when she first showed up, so it was like, oh. Melly! And Clay! What's going on, guys? #1 innkeeper. I love that, actually. Greetings, brave event.
Hi. Hello.
Hello, innkeeper. It's been a while. What is this on your shoulder? Welcome back to my tavern, Melly, Clay. What can I do for my dear friends today?
Did you miss me, innkeeper?
I did very much. Of course. Zenith just isn't the same without its renowned detective. Your tavern looks exactly the way I remembered it. Oh, you know, Andu doesn't do well with change. I can't fix anything without him sulking for... I can't fix anything without him sulking for a few days.
Not even those scratch marks on the counter?
Those have sentimental value.
Ah.
What brings you two to my tavern? I'm just passing through. I'm on my way to visit Lavelia and Little Prim. You know, Tia's sister and niece. Aw. I remember them. They check in on the tavern every once in a while. Prim always leaves a little bracelet or necklace made of fresh flowers with Tia's statue. It's been a while since I last saw them. So I'm visiting between taking care of little Miss Melly over here.
Clay is looking after me so I don't get myself into any trouble.
What about Neil and Fable? Back, what the fuck? Does Clay have a pet now? I saw that. I'm like, what is this on your shoulder?
At least that's how Neil phrased it. And of course Fable agreed. It's been 8 years since I had parents, you know. And now I realize just how much I missed it. But a detective simply can't do her job while under so much surveillance. I'm almost 12 years old. And I've already solved a bunch of cases in those almost 12 years.
You did. You've done a good job. Pet, 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 pet.
I'm pretty sure I've learned how to take care of myself by now. But I do have to admit, it's pretty nice not to be as alone anymore.
Spending time with Clay in the sleeping forest while Neil and Fable are on vacation is a nice change of scenery.
Ah, they're on vacation. Okay. Taking a little time away, a little couples trip. I see how it is. All right. Good for them.
It's kind of like a vacation for me, too. The sleeping forest isn't so sleepy after all, with Clay and all of his animals around.
Did you finally open that shelter for abandoned, hurt, and lonely animals, Clay? Aw. I did. It's a home for all lost souls, as well as those who need some time and help to get back on their feet or wings. They're a lovely bunch. If they're half as lovely as you, they must be wonderful. Just like that wonderfully adorable companion on your shoulder. Right, Clay is actually... Clay opening an animal shelter. It fits. I wasn't expecting it, but it fits, actually, now that I'm, like, really thinking about it. What was her name again? It's Dindy, my familiar friend. Cassiopeia sent her to thank me for caring for Tia so much. Aww. A little baby dragon. That's so cute, actually. One day she just appeared on my doorstep, and ever since, she can't seem to get enough of my personal space.
She's so cute. Even if she's always bossing the other animals around.
She helps a lot with taking care of everyone at the shelter. It can be hard work making sure everyone else is okay without losing sight of your own well-being. But I make sure I get enough breaks in so I can care for all of us with a well-rested heart. Speaking of care, would you mind keeping an eye on Miss Melly for a while, Innkeeper? I promised Tia's sister that I'd be there at noon. Absolutely. I leave her here. We're good. Of course. But how about a drink before you go? Now that you mention it, I can't leave without one of those. How about something that'll steel me for the walk ahead of me? Oh, I have just the drink for you. Alright, big defense. Got it. Steel tonic. There we go. Steel. That's what he wants. Yes. This works. Gives him a little bit of haste, too, so he'll get there a little faster. I saw... Thank you for the hydrate. I didn't really bring it up, but I was looking back at the VOD again, and I saw Clay, like, talking with somebody, and I thought that was, like, a romantic interest or somebody, but that might have been Tia's sister, because there was a child, too. So that could have been Tia's sister. Like, in the credits when they were showing all the people. Like, I thought Clay had found a romantic interest, but that might have been Tia's sister. Alright. Hydrate has been hydrated. Boom. Steel tonic. A drink for extra tough travels. Here you go. Thank you so much. Oh, this is exactly what I needed. I already feel prepared for the way back. Give on to a treat for me, will you? Will do. Alright, so, you and me, Melly. So, how is it? Surrounded by animals and wilderness, no big city in sight.
It's super exciting.
Oh, who's Tia? Oh, wait, Tia's the dead girl.
I've never been so far up north before, so I just had to explore the area around the shelter.
Did you find anything of interest?
Well, first I ventured forth to find out differently shaped snowflakes also taste different. Who knows how much of a scientific breakthrough like that could shape the future investigations, right?
Absolutely. What conclusion did you come to?
Well, none. Yet. The snowflakes were too small and melted away too quickly. But I will continue my investigation soon. First, I have to figure out what kind of mechanism I managed to get my hands on, though.
Mechanism?
Yes, I found something while wandering through the sleeping forest. I think it might be a piece of a bigger puzzle. I'll tell you more about it in exchange for a drink.
I see you haven't forgotten anything our favorite rogue taught you.
Had to take a break from New World. Taking in that game makes me want to curl up and gently weep. Oh no! What kind of drink would you like today?
How about something that'll make me even smarter, so I can figure out what the mysterious mechanism does before anyone else?
Sounds like you've got a plan. A smart drink coming right up. What's the name of the RPG that you started playing yesterday? What was hot chocolate again? Oh, that's Dex, damn it. Peak Sunrise. There we go. That's a smart drink. This works. Let's just do 3 of those. There we go. One smart drink. This should fire up your brain in no time.
Thank you. Oh ho ho, I can already feel my neurons forming new connections.
So, that mechanism.
Alright. Where do I start? I found it while exploring the wilderness of the sleeping forest. It was completely covered with giant roots. Must have somehow caught the sparse sunlight shining through the forest because I saw it sparkling in a thicket. And of course I had to dig it up. It had jagged edges and looked incomplete, like it broke off from something. But there weren't any other pieces under the roots. I barely wanted to give this one up. It looked really out of place between the trees because it's mainly made of metal. But hold on tight.
I'm holding on tight.
Very good, because the metal seems ancient and magical. I could feel some weird tingling energy flowing through me when I picked it up.
It's a long title. My dyslexic ass can't remember. Sorry, I'll post it in Discord on my PS5 again. Okay, fair enough.
You know metal usually has a certain smell to it, right? It didn't have that at all. No one I've asked can identify what it's made of either. And I can't scratch it with my nails, even though it looks so old. But that's not all. It's not just made of weird metal. There are also super sparkly gears growing right out of it somehow that seem to be made of pure citron.
Oh.
I couldn't dent the citron either, like it was magically fortified.
That's certainly intriguing.
Right? Must be part of a bigger mechanism with all the gears and the uneven edges, you know? There must be a second half to it somewhere. Hold your horses. It turns out the piece that I found is some sort of locket. Or a tiny treasure chest. Or maybe a prison.
So it opened up.
It was a little tricky at first. You have to turn all the gears just the right way, and even then, I needed to use the lockpicks Nico got me. But eventually I bent it to my will.
And? Was there anything inside?
Well, no, nothing really. I mean, except the fire spirit. A really angry fire spirit.
Oh no, Melly, you angered the fire spirits.
That I might have freed. Accidentally.
I see.
But I swear I didn't do anything to make it angry. I just let it out. Maybe it was upset because it was trapped for so long? It was burning so hot it even singed one of my whiskers.
No, your whiskers.
And when it took off into the woods, it managed to start a forest fire, even with all the snow. Clay and his animals let me put the fire out quickly, but we couldn't find the spirit anywhere. Did I do something bad?
No. You were just trying to figure it out. You're trying to solve the mystery. There's nothing bad about that. You couldn't have known about the spirit. You were just curious, understandably. You're a detective after all.
It must be a pretty lousy one since I didn't realize a disaster I would unleash.
You can't expect yourself to be familiar with all the strange ancient mechanisms in the world. You live and you learn. Speaking of said mysterious ancient mechanism and its fire spirit, I might have an idea about their origins. The spirit is clearly elemental, Now, I could be wrong, but that sounds like a creature from Leviathan's domain.
Your boss?
I wouldn't say boss, but yes, my patron. I'm a warlock. We probably figured that out. I think that was figured out already, though. He and his plane are the origin of the 4 elements, and that includes fire. Powerful burning spirits are part of his daily routine.
Oh, so if the metal is ancient, could it be that I found a long-lost relic of Leviathans? That'd be so cool. Except for the part where I broke it.
I'm not sure it's his. Divine metal, strange mechanisms, and especially magical gemstones. That's more the domain of the Elder Dragon Ore.
Wait, don't they have a rivalry with Leviathan?
Depends on who you ask. Some say they are enemies, others say they were best friends before Ore went to sleep. Either way, if they both have their claws in this, I think you've got your hands on a magnificent treasure.
I knew it! Now I just have to figure out what all this means. Like, what's the purpose of this thing? And where did the spirit go? Do you have any more ideas, perchance?
Not yet, but I'll keep my eyes and ears wide open. That's what my trusty quest board is for. Baya! Did I hear... Rusty? Can I interest you in a trip to my spa? The mud is very good for old and rusty bones. Thank you, but I'm not that old yet, and Andu sadly can't run to the tavern alone. I'm sorry, Baya. Oh. But I was going to give you a coupon. I brought a bunch.
Oh, coupons? I'll take them. I can hand them out in the city while doing my research.
That sounds lovely. Thank you so much.
Of course. I gotta go now. These puzzles won't solve themselves.
I'd advise you to start your investigation with Una. If someone knows something, it's her. Oh, Una is also in town? Yippee! She actually said she wanted to visit you, Baya. So I'm sure she'd love some coupons.
Thank you for your help, Innkeeper. See you later.
Bye! Good luck with your investigation, Melly. Hello, Baya. She seems really excited. Did she encounter an anteater? No, she found a puzzle piece. Sort of. Oh, I love puzzles. What kind of pattern? Name of the new RPG is... Okay, thank you. Dancing skeletons, bog spirits, puppies. No pattern, I'm afraid. It's more of an incomplete mechanism she'd like to put back together. Seemed very ancient, maybe even made by Ore and Leviathan themselves. All I can offer you in terms of patterns are an unidentifiable magical gear metal, an unidentifiable metal. Sorry, I can't read. Gears made of citron and a somewhat agitated fire spirit. Fun. Citron gears. That reminds me of something. And what would that be? I'm not sure. The thought is trapped on the tip of my tongue. Foy says you have a drink that always helps him with his words. Please, free my tongue. Please. Already on it, Baya. Charisma drink for our favorite bog spirit. Sunny Breeze. I think it's this that I use, the honey flowers. And this. Is that not right? What? Oh, I added too much of the green. Hold on. I wasn't supposed to add any green. There we go. And I'm like, why did it not go? There we go. Okay, yeah. I've definitely had a few. I've definitely had a few of those where the gameplay sucked, but the characters were good, so I stuck with it. Emergency rescue for your tongue coming right up.
Oh, ho, ho.
She's so freaking excited.
I'm free. Thank you. This makes me feel as comfortable and safe as my friends do. Oh. Yes. Yes, my friend. I have found the thought and ate it. Mary.
The Mary Morgan?
Yes. In her postcard, she talked about this decorative mechanism covered in orange gears, like citron. Banshee was memorized by it.
Did she spot it in a postcard shop?
No, silly. In a library. They're on vacation and underwater for their anniversary, and they visited the local Coryliphian library. Mary wrote me about her favorite things from the tour.
Underwater? I heard rumors that the city survived the primordial flood despite being completely submerged. Well, underwater. Something about a good flood defense system and nature's sense of irony.
Yes, it's a great place to go on vacation if you don't mind all the seawater everywhere.
Interesting. Something from the, oh, excuse me. From the flood. Interesting.
But I haven't figured out how to send a postcard there yet. The plants don't talk to me much when they're so salty.
Yeah. I'm sure you'll figure something out. Maybe ask Hex for help.
I'll think about it.
Oh. Hello. Oleander, who are you? Good evening, Oleander. Good evening, Innkeeper. Good evening, Baya.
Good evening.
Are you in my book? Well, you are now. There's more people? Elf, Ranger, he, him. Oh, I don't have... Okay. Ashen Grove. Are you also from... Is that Fable's Grove? I can't check because I don't have Fable in my book. Look like I could use a drink. Yeah. That's what I was thinking, yeah. Had another group of adventurers who thought it was a good idea to try and pet the gooseberry boars. So a drink sounds great. Have you got one of those, what was it? Coffees? A cursed coffee? Minus the curses, please. I'll see what I can do. Alright, coffee. Coffee for the elf. Alright. What did I just put in there? I forget. Oh, it was, no, it wasn't that. What did I put in there? Oh, it was this one, I think. Yeah, okay. That's all I got. So I can't check Fable's thing. 100 heroes is bit is kind of its best strength and weakness in my opinion. Fair enough. Also, I made the thing right. I didn't even look. Yeah. Oh, Sparkle. I forgot Andu could do that. Curse coffee, free of any curses, but full of energy. Perfectly adequate, thank you. Wow, compliment from Oleander Verafina. Today's my lucky day. Don't push it. So, having some troubles with adventurers again? When isn't it trouble with them? If they wanted a guide through the Ashen Grove, I can provide that. But you'd expect them to have at least an ounce of common sense. Instead, I have to herd them like toddlers. At least the boars have a sense of survival instinct. Let me guess, you're not getting paid enough for this. I don't get paid. That makes two of us. That means we're doing it out of the goodness of our hearts, right? It's my duty as a ranger to guide them. I can't let them get lost and disturb the local ecosystems or hurt innocent bystanders in the process. They might bring a bit of chaos, but they usually save people in the process, too. That special blend is what heroism is all about. Yeah, sure. Speaking of heroes, how's Fable? Aren't they supposed to tell you all about this when they get back? I miss them, and I'm very curious. Fine, I'll humor you. According to the latest postcard, Neil's parents are taking them to all the tourist spots in the Primordial Sea, like volcanoes, wave pools, tornado farms. I do love that Fable is like super cool with Neil's parents. That's awesome. Seems dangerous or sounds fun. Like with so many people, like some of them will just not be good, won't be very important to the story, so they're just kind of there. Favorite character is literally just a Japanese Yakuza member in this fantasy world of wood spirits and elves. It's hilarious, but he's that's awesome. It seems dangerous. Right? At least I'm not the only one worried. Honestly, I'm just glad they changed their mind about going to underwater. When they heard the town was still around, they'd immediately wanted to plunge down there and help people. Bless their big heart. I don't even want to imagine the trouble that would have landed them in. But I heard it's beautiful down there. Banshee and the Mary Morgan are visiting. I'm sure they'll catch Fable up on it then. Mary has been writing me postcards too. It's so nice. That's sweet. I know, Fable is just the kindest little soul. I love them so much. Any places you want to travel or any other water-themed questions on your mind? Where do you want to go? Home in a bit. To your bed to catch some sleep? It's far too early for sleep. Suit yourself. Anyhow, Baya. Anything else that Mary Morgan wrote you about? You know, as a bedtime story for our workaholic over here? Some information for Oleander. Oleander Verafina is an experienced ranger and Fable's older brother. Oh, that's their older brother. Okay. Often his patience is stretched thin by adventurers and their hubris. He's constantly overworked and should definitely cut down on the caffeine. Well-deserved vacation is long overdue. I figured he was related to Fable in some way. But older brother was my original thought, and then I'm like, nah, it couldn't be, because I also forgot what Fable's last name was. Well, hopefully it'll be Broom soon. You know, I mean, it's been a year already, guys. Come on. The library. It's haunted. Haunted? Yes, by evil books. Let me guess. A wizard? No. Maybe. Mary didn't say. The tour guide gave a warning not to touch any of the books, because people say they've been biting off visitors' fingers. But Mary didn't even get to see a single evil tome. Disappointing. That's a new flavor of evil scripture. What do you think it's all about? Them go slow marriage only after a year could be a negative thing for some people. Sometimes, but I mean, come on. Like, they're very obviously into each other. Like, come on, dude. The locals say someone cursed the library. But I think maybe the books are just exploring their new environment. Must be so interesting to be a book underwater. Or maybe some hungry creatures found shelter in those books and no one is feeding them. That'd be sad. Not our problem to worry about. It could be. I'm sure someone will take care of it. Someone always does.
Anyway, I've got to get back to check that everything is still in place after that boar debacle. And then get to Brioni's dinner party.
Your sister finally learned how to cook?
And Fable has a sister? No, but she's trying. Oh, can I walk you home? I haven't seen Brioni in ages. Sure. I bet she'd appreciate more guests. And you don't mind potentially poisonous pie, right? That sounds delicious. I'll bring you a slice too, innkeeper. Later. Bye.
I wonder how Andu feels about poisonous pie. I've had a thing-nagging thought since Neil and Fable got together. What is it? Okay, so this, and this, right? No? Is it not this? Or this, maybe? Ah, there we go. Deep in the sleeping forest, the young Vukakin detective Melina Broom. Oh, that's adorable. Actually, that is his daughter. That's adorable. That made my night. Melina Broom found an ancient mechanism. Its origins are unknown, but when she tried to open it, she unleashed a fire spirit onto the world. Determined to make things right, she needs a group of ambitious adventurers to help her find her missing piece in the underwater library. Underwater. But beware, the books may bite. Of average lifespan, 750 years. Average span of an Aragonazi is 120 years. Anyone else see a potential for heartbreak here? Yeah, unfortunately. I was in a campaign, actually, where this is the big Pathfinder campaign that I was in a few years ago, that I talk about all the time. The campaign that made me absolutely fall in love with Drow. I was so myself and my boyfriend's character, actually, though we were like, we weren't dating when the campaign started, but we were dating by the time it ended. So my character and his character, was like, oh yeah, so my character and his character, found out that we were siblings, and we were like the children of the king of the elf kingdom. So, and the king was like, and the king was talking about like, oh, when we were, when my time has come to pass on the throne, I will do that. And then, and then I was talking with the DM, and the DM was like, yeah, you gotta realize that, you're both half-elves, so he's going to long outlive you. Like, it would be very sad, but... Oh, hello. Hi. Hi. Hello. Innkeeper, it's so good to see you. You too, Archie. Are you doing well? My Wi-Fi cut out. What did you say? Oh, so we were so both of our half-elf characters had found out that we were related to the, both, like, mine and my boyfriend's half-elf characters found out that we were related to the king of the elves. And, the king was, like, talking, like, when my time comes to, pass over the throne, I will pass it on to my children. And I was talking to the DM later. Yeah, I was talking to the DM later, and he's like, you gotta realize, like, you're both half-elves, and he's an elf. He is going to long outlive you. Well, it's just like, if we want, we can, and then he'll just take it back when we die. That kind of a thing. Very well, in fact.
I was just enjoying an extensive lecture on the moon swamp's native flora. Baya even asked the cattail some questions for me. I think we look delicious too. Did you know that? That's not concerning at all. Were you doing research for your next book? No, just catching up with friends, which reminds me of an important question. How are you, friend? Fantastic, thank you. The mood always improves when you come around. Well, I'm more than happy to hear that. Though I was hoping for a signed copy of the casebook of Melina Broom. Ah, it's so cute! I love that! Oh my god! Sorry. Consider it done. I'll deliver it post-haste. Speaking of, hello, Melina Broom. Speaking of the detective.
Good day. I shall be taking this quest, Innkeeper.
I put it out just for you, Melly.
Excellent.
The quest. What quest are you taking? The puzzle one?
Precisely.
There's a puzzle to solve.
Yes, sort of. I'm currently following the case of the mysterious, ancient, magical, and fantastical mechanism. So far, I only found a piece of it, but it might lead to another. Which I really should find because I might have released some sort of angry fire spirit from the first piece. And it burned down some part of the sleeping forest, which is not
ideal.
Yeah. I want to get it back. I want to get it back inside the mechanism so it doesn't burn anything else down. But I first need to understand how the
Melly language.
how the thing works. Like a puzzle.
I see.
If I figure out the puzzle of the mechanism I broke, then I can fix this.
You didn't break anything. You investigated some ancient mechanism that was already broken. Those kinds of items tend to release strange things no matter who finds them.
But I found it, and I let it out, so I'll be the one to solve it. A detective never runs from responsibility.
A detective also shouldn't be afraid to ask for help.
That's what I'm here for.
Where are you going to look for this puzzle piece? Are you going back to the Highlands?
No, because as a Baya's friend saw a piece not unlike my mechanism underwater. Is that true, Baya?
It is. Mari said she saw it in the Corylophean library.
I love libraries.
Oh, wall of text, hello. When I played my favorite rogue character, the cleric, I had like a thing. The cleric and I had like a thing, I guess, and nothing was said or done, but the entire party was like, they're gonna get together. But near the end of the campaign, I chose to reject them because, well, me, elf, them, human, and this entire backstory of how he lost his human parents to age, so it felt more right in my mind. Yeah. I do like that, though. I had a very similar situation in that campaign. My character's romantic interests, because there were two, because polyamory, that's how it works, were an elf and a drow. So they would have long died before them.
There won't be any fiery wizards in this one, though, right?
Doubtful. Libraries may be a wizard's natural habitat, but the one thing wizards value more than fire are their precious books. So they're typically a bit more careful in libraries.
I sure hope so. Especially if it's true that those books fight back.
Maybe you should feed the wizards to the books. Huh?
Not a bad idea, Baya.
It's a terrible idea or it's an excellent idea? Should we let the books eat the wizards, guys? I don't know. Caused so much discourse in the party. Half was like valid, but the cleric and barbarian were pissed. No, that's valid. I see. Yes, okay. You are all certifiably insane. If you meet the books, you should tell Mari all about them. She really wanted to see them. Wait. What if I come along? I could ask her and Banshee about the puzzle, mechanism, thing. And then I could tell them all about the books and eaten wizards.
Thank you for the posture check. I really hope this library doesn't employ any wizards.
Awesome! You can be my on-site correspondence and witness handler.
Yay!
This is perfect. We'll talk to your friends, and then we'll investigate the library for clues, and then we'll find more clues.
Yay!
And solve this...
Melly, language! You are 12! No, you're almost 12. You're not even 12. Melly!
And solve this fucking mystery. Yay!
Sounds like a fun, light adventure. Okay, there are some things that you need to not pick up from Neil. That's one of those, okay?
Indeed. But before I go, I am missing 2 key ingredients.
A drink and...
An assistant.
Right, Neil's out of town.
When Neil away and Bai already on witness duty, I'll need someone to take notes for me.
Well, good thing you have an author right here.
And to bounce ideas off of.
You have an author right here. Archie, what are your plans for the day? You have an author right here. Ah, well, as you know, I no longer participate in the active adventuring business. So I must pass on this promising opportunity.
But I need an assistant. And you need inspiration for your sequel, right?
Right. Well, Melly would be very sad. Look at how sad she is. She's so sad that she doesn't have an assistant. How can I say no to that face? You can't. Don't be sad, Melly. I'll be your assistant. But I'll keep it strictly on to taking notes. And good advice. Maybe bad advice too, so you don't miss Neil too much.
I'll take it. We'll make a great team.
From her eyes? As your assistant, may I raise a concern?
Hurry ahead.
Isn't underwater... underwater? Indeed. It completely sank during the Twilight Flood and hasn't risen since.
The city is in a magical bubble. No water inside except in bathtubs. But the bubble is underwater.
And we'll teleport to the bubble via plants?
No, I can't teleport underwater. Too salty. We can swim there. Whee!
Is it far down?
Not really. Like 20 minutes.
Right. We can't breathe underwater, Baya.
Oh, I forgot.
That's fine. What if we find a really long straw that we can breathe through? Or we ask a wizard to turn us into fish?
Or maybe... Here, innkeeper, take this.
Infusion? Water breathing. Okay, cool. What is it, Baya?
It's luminous algae from my swamp. It keeps my guests from drowning in the sensory deprivation ponds.
That's pretty cool.
It helps with breathing for those who need it.
You can mix that in your drinks, right?
I can certainly try.
Thank you, Baya.
No.
Now you two pick out a drink. I have to go ask Void to watch over my ants while I'm gone. I'll pick you up at blooming time.
Okay, bye. What is blooming time?
Dawn, silly. Anyway, we'll take this magic luminous algae along with your best dexterity drink, innkeeper. That way we can sneak into the library undetected and begin our investigation without any disturbances. And we'll be quick about it too. So we'll have it solved before anything else bad can happen.
Couldn't we just ask them to let us in. Her dad's a rogue. I don't think you understand.
No, we have to be stealthy.
You spend too much time with Neil.
No such thing.
All right, if we're being sneaky, shouldn't we also pack some defense in case any guards or books come after us?
Great idea, my dear assistant.
May I also make an alternate suggestion?
Just this once. Just kidding. Suggestions are your job.
What about intelligence, to help us solve this mystery properly?
But I'm already plenty intelligent.
Maybe it would give us a new perspective. Especially if this mechanism is ancient, we might need some extra brain power to comprehend it.
But then we should add some strength so we can kick the asses of any guards or books that come across.
Melly! Language!
And also so we can pick up the mechanism. It might be heavy. And you know, neither of us are exactly...
Regular gym goers?
Exactly.
Archie's gonna get eaten by books like his friend did to zombies. No! That would be so sad.
I like both options. We need to breathe underwater, Innkeeper. But should we go with more sparse in strength or speed and defense? Please help us, okay?
What is this? What is this emote? Found this, it spoke to me. What is this? Alright, so should we go with Dex or Brain? Dex and Strength or Brain and Defense? Or no, Dex and Defense and Brain and Strength, sorry. So the Silent Owl or the Ocean Fizz, basically. I don't know. Melly seemed really keen on being super sneaky, and her dad is a rogue, so she must have gotten pretty good at being sneaky. So I vote sneaky personally. Okay, we're going sneaky. Ah, that's why I lost some, because we were getting more infusions. It looks like hair. Like a braid or something. Is that just me? Like it looks like a braid. Like braided hair. Okay, so. Oh, you can't see it. Okay, hang on. Nope, that's the wrong thing. See what I mean? I need that and then that. Okay. It's just a hair extension, yeah. Oh, I need one more. Okay. There we go.
Ta-da!
Boom. Breaking into a library and stealing an ancient mechanism. I think Neil would love the sneaky approach. So I'll be sending you on this path in his honor. And mine. I used to love breaking into places. You did? I'm so gonna spam this. I apologize. You're good. It's funny. I'll tell you about it another time. For now, make your own roguish memories. I'm looking forward to hearing about your adventure. Don't get too wet. Iris.
Let's go solve this case, Archie.
On it, boss. Bye. Hey, Voy, what's up? Turn on the spotlight and bring out the applause, innkeeper. I have returned to your tavern. What an honor, great voyage. Are you here to help with the dishes? That's funny. I'm doing it. Well, no, but, I mean, if you need help, I guess I could. And so fades his enthusiasm. Don't worry about it. Anu and Renu got it for me. Or don't worry about it. Anu and Renu got it for me. I missed you, innkeeper. I miss you too. How was the tour? You went on tour? Incredible. X and Aniko's pyrotechnic special effects were insane. I've never felt so cool. And the special performances where Fable came along were overbooked at every single venue. It was spectacular. But I really could use a break now. So many people, so many autographs and questions. Everyone kept asking me to say my catchphrase. I didn't even know I had a catchphrase. What's my catchphrase? Prepare to be razzle-dazzled, your wink, or it's me, the voyage, the music guy. I bet Neil had front row seats for Fable songs. Probably. Wouldn't it be prepare to be razzle-dazzled? I feel like he would say that a lot when he would come in. He's like, it's me, prepare to be razzle-dazzled. The third one? Yeah, but the third one is dumb. You know what? I like that logic. I don't think so. Or, do you think that'd work? Sure. My advice is always solid, isn't it? You're right. I'll try it out at my next show. Oh god. Speaking of classics, can I offer you a classic boy drink? Actually, I'm craving something specific today. Do you have any of those honey flowers left? I think they're exactly what I need after weeks and weeks of constant chatting and belting. And maybe you can enchant my senses by adding some classic charisma to the mix. Already on it. I know what drink I'm gonna make. We are the Fey Warlock. Chaos will rise. Yes. But I wouldn't be upset with something else either. I'll make sure your drink doesn't upset you. One moment. Okay. He just wants a drink with honey flowers in it. Cool. Sunny breeze. I always make this with honey flowers, so this works out great. Give you the Neil special. We'll rise like Rainbow Dragon. Go further. Rise beyond. Rise Dragon. Prepare to be enchanted. I know you're magic, but wow. Your drinks never cease to amaze me. I'd give this a standing ovation if your seats weren't so comfortable. So, how's your break going? It's very relaxing. I decided to visit Baya at her spa, and it's been every bit as refreshing as I'd hoped it would be. You know, she gave me a bunch of her flower crowns for my concerts so I could hand them out when I didn't know what to say. Oh, that's cool. We spent last week making hundreds of new ones together. And now I'm babysitting her ants while she's off to that underwater thing. Oh no, I'm out of Pepsi! Also, I brought you some of her coupons. I'll just leave them on the counter, alright? People loved them last time. They sure did. I knew we could count on you. Are you going to stay a while? No, I need to get back to the ants. Just wanted to drop off the coupons and check in on you. Judging by how long it took me to get here, I shouldn't stay for too long. Did you get lost? Majorly. Not sure what's up, but the weather's being really weird. Like, there's this growing layer of fuzziness that makes it really hard to see. Things do feel a little fuzzy. Right. Right? The wind's picking up too. It was so loud I could hardly think on my way over. No, what will you drink when I tell you to now, shucks. Even the compass Skelly got me went totally haywire when I tried to get back on track. Maybe it's related to the fire spirit, and that's probably why they wouldn't let me use this one. So I had to rely on asking people for directions, which worked, but you're exhausted. So exhausted. But I'd go through any storm to get to you, innkeeper. And I'd shelter you from any storm too, boy. I better head out before you make my heart melt. Can you tell I like drama while I use the stage cues in my chat? Hang on tight to those coupons. You got it. Do do do. Do 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 do. Oh, raining. Night at the library. It's looking pretty stormy out there, Renu. I should make sure to keep the windows closed. Hey, Oleander. Good morning, Oleander. Morning. What's going on out there? Great question. Are you going to answer it? Storm's pretty bad. Right, and... Oleander? You still with me? Did something happen? What's going on? Sorry. Long night and a bad headache. Could I maybe get a coffee? I don't think more coffee is what you need. How about something for that headache of yours? Maybe a tincture to soothe your mind a bit? Sure, I'll take that. Man's a coffee addict, dude. Oh my god. Peak sunrise, sure. Makes you feel super strong. Like you're on a mountain peak. I like this guy, a fellow coffee addicted fool. I'm curious about Oleander. Well, one, just because he's a new character, but two, he's Fable's brother. I mean, we didn't really hear a whole lot about Fable's family, so I'm curious. The gentlest cure for headaches I have to offer. Thanks. I feel soothed. Want to try telling me about the storm again? Fine. I guess I owe it to you. Quite frankly, it's a nightmare. Me too, honestly, plus he's so hot. Yeah, but I also have a bias toward elves, so every time I'm like, oh, the character's hot and they're an elf, it's just like, okay, whatever, soul. Because I very much have a bias toward elves. Storm is causing an alarming number of people to get lost. On one side, you have adventurers who think now is a great time to look for treasure or personal fulfillment. Some of them even want to fight the storm, which is a level of stupidity I previously thought impossible. On the other side, a whole lot of regular good people are in trouble too. They're wandering off the path deep into the Ashen Grove, unable to find their way out again. Compasses don't work at all anymore, and most people's sense of direction seems akin to that of stale bread. In summary, it's a mess. I recommend staying inside. Don't have to tell me twice. But that does sound quite strange. Wait, aren't Fable and Neil on vacation right now? Strange is one word for it. Bothersome is another. What kind of storm do you think it is? No idea. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. Got any guesses yourself? Feels somewhat primordial, but maybe that's just the nature of strange storms in general. I certainly haven't gotten any divine visions from the great sea serpent. Granted, he's been very quiet on that front ever since I retired. Primordial, huh? Figures. That explains the frogs. Sorry, the frogs? The frogs in the treehouse. The frogs in the what now? Sorry, I should have clarified. I'm talking about the adventurers who turned into frogs. I'm still lost. Blame the storm. I think I'd rather blame your lack of explanation. Fine, fine. Some adventurers got tangled up in some strangling scrubs. I cut them out of there and agreed to lead them out of the grove. There were 4 of them, each more reckless than the last. It was a hassle leading them back, especially with all those aberrations haunting the storm. Not to mention that the adventurers themselves seemed to lack any sense of perception whatsoever. They almost fell into a ravenous pit. Is that what turned them into frogs? No. What sort of ravenous pit turns people into frogs? Well, you haven't gotten to that part yet, so I don't fucking know. When we were passing the boundary of the ancient forest, we ran into more of those aberrations. When we defeated them, they just turned into thick and surprisingly aggressive fog. And the fog attempted to engulf us entirely. I managed to fight it off, but the adventurers weren't so lucky. Went to their leader's eyes, which then turned a stormy purple. Sorry. Before she suddenly melted into water and got consumed by the storm. One of my housemates made banana bread, and I think I'm 30% banana bread. I can't stop. Yeah, banana bread. I love banana bread. My stepmom would make banana bread when, because we would get bananas a bunch, and when the bananas were, starting to get, not bad, but, they would start to get, overly ripe, we would make banana bread out of them. And it's so good. I love banana bread. I lost sight of the rest and as other aberrations started appearing, and when I found them again later, they had turned into 3 frogs. That's a fascinating side effect. What did you do with the frog venturers? I picked them up. I brought them to Fable's treehouse. Well, yeah, Fable's not using it right now. They're on vacation, so. Made them a little water bath in the kitchen and locked them in there. For now. Nothing beats banana bread. Absolutely. That way, they can't cause any trouble and the windows keep the fog out well enough. Did you leave them some snacks? Of course. Excellent. So, what are you going to do to get rid of the storm? Nothing. Do I look like an adventurer to you? Kind of. Just less frog-like. We've still got plenty of bipedal heroes left. I'm sure one of them will take care of it eventually. No need to let it ruin my routine. I fear you might be underreacting. There are no falling stars this time. Things could be worse. That's true. There's still the primordial stars. They could float up. Let's keep it to one calamity at a time, this run, Innkeeper. Anyway, I should check on those frogs. And make sure no one else got lost. Maybe let the people of Zenith know how to stay inside. Or maybe let the people of Zenith know how to stay inside. No, to stay inside. I'll inform a town crier if I can find one. Stay inside, Innkeeper. Only because you asked so nicely. Whoa. What is going on outside? Hello? Oh, that's scary.
Hi, Innkeeper.
The brave adventurers and their assistant author have returned. Accompanying brave adventurers qualifies you an adventurer as well. Yes, you're a valuable part of the team, Archie. You can only have 2 desserts for the rest of your life. What are you picking? I'm going banana bread and lemon cheesecake. Ooh, that's a good question. I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you on that.
Imagine what would have happened if you hadn't read so many dry geography books. We would have gotten even more lost for sure.
Those are genre staples. Very informative page-turners. But even so, finding our way back here was nearly impossible. Glad you all made it. Did you find the second piece of Melly's puzzle?
Yes.
We certainly did. And? The puzzle is very hard.
Even for me, the great detective TM.
All my studies of ancient mysteries haven't been helping either. But we still managed to find some clues we can chase after. Sounds like it'll be a longer story then. Is anyone in dire need of a drink before we begin? Me. I got you. What can I make for you today? Something fun. So I can tell you about our adventure better. I think I know what to do. Charisma! Woo! Alright. The Neil special. Here we go. Yes. Yes, she did. She absolutely did that. What else do I need? That's good, so I need this. Okay. I should know how to make this by now. I made this for frickin' Neil every time. Oh, I realized I put 3 in there. Oh well. It's fine. There we go. A fun little drink for the cutest little swamp witch. Tee-hee.
Oh, she loves it.
I do. But now, it's time to tell our story. Very well. Strengthened by your drinks, we headed south through the moon swamp towards Mossberry until we could finally spot the sea. There was no city in sight, but we knew. Underwater wasn't far. Right as we left the swamp and our feet touched the water, the luminous algae did its magic. It formed enormous air bubbles around our heads. I was a bit skeptical at first. I've read about shipwrecks and countless drowned victims after all. But I pulled myself together. To write about life, one must experience it. So I dove into the water head first, and what can I say? My head stayed completely dry. What fantastic magic, really. It looked a bit silly. The bubble adjusted to the size of his hat, not his head. Just the tip of his feather got a bit wet. Meanwhile, Mellie's bubble was big enough to fit her whole body inside. Interesting. Because her legs didn't reach the outside of the bubble, she couldn't swim on her own. Aww. But Baya managed to pull her along with ease. So, just like underwater did over a year ago, we slowly descended. While we were swimming, an unknown world came into view. Fish of all shapes, colors, and sizes, swarms of glowing isopods, and large, monstrous creatures in the distance. The creatures didn't scare you?
No, not at all. The drink she prepared made us swim incredibly fast. None of those monsters could even get close to us. But then, we could finally see the gates of underwater.
It was like a dream. No. Even in my wildest dreams, I couldn't have imagined the beauty of that sunken city. The travertine walls and marble pillars, the gentle magical light that illuminated the city and the dark ocean around it. The myriads of colorful, sometimes even glowing sea creatures attracted by the light. There's so much, it's so much more beautiful than any description I'd read. What a wondrous place.
And it's in a huge magic bubble. And there I thought my bubble was big.
I'm so glad I decided to go with you on such a wonderful adventure. Where else would I have found the right words and inspiration for my next story?
We entered the city through a huge special magical seal that keeps the city dry.
Oops. Melly was the only one of us with dry clothes, though, right? Because her body covered her entire body. Or her bubble covered her entire body. And I was so very excited to see the Banshee and the Mary Morgan. Yeah, her best friends. We quickly met up with them at the inn they were staying at to ask them about the exact location of the mechanism.
I showed them my cool puzzle piece. And the Mary Morgan said it definitely looked like the one she saw in the library. I was so excited. I was so close to solving my puzzle.
They told us the way to the Coralifian library. And then they were ready to go.
They didn't come with you?
No.
Apparently they made reservations for dinner and dancing that night. Oh, how lovely.
And we didn't want to interfere with their plans.
Oh, I skipped too early.
It was their vacation after all.
But we promised to update them later. After another short walk, we finally reached our destination, the Coralifian Library. Of course we arrived there after opening hours, as was the plan.
Which meant it was closed, but we had to get in somehow.
Did you try to bribe the staff, or so you got that break-in you wanted? Did you break in?
Exactly. I can't wait to tell Neil all about our ingenious heist.
And there was an open window. Hee hee hee. My first ever burglary.
That was your first one? You handled it so well. I thought you were a professional.
Look, okay, Melly. Not everyone's dad is a rogue, okay? Not everybody goes through this experience before they're 12.
The window was on the second floor, far out of anyone's reach. Or so I thought. Before I could ask for a grappling hook, Melly was already sitting on the windowsill. Felt a few cold strands of kelp wrap around me and... well, the next thing I remember is lying on the dark wooden floor of the library with a horrible headache. It was difficult to estimate the correct height when throwing him. Oh, Baya! Baya, why?
All that matters is that we got in without any major problems. After we made it inside, it was time to find the second piece of the mechanism.
Have you ever visited the Coralifian Library, Innkeeper?
Yes, but it's been some time. We're not yet, unfortunately. Have we been to the library? I guess we have. Okay. Underwater hadn't sunk yet, but a lot has changed.
You really should visit again sometime, Innkeeper.
I don't think they let me in again.
I'll make a mental note to ask about that another time. The light polished marble and organic wood made for such a perfect combination. All those arches and tall bookshelves that towered above us, mere mortals. And the highlight of the whole structure was the sun dome.
The sun dome?
The central part of the library is covered by a gigantic glass dome that fills every nook and cranny with warm sunlight. Well, at least until the sun sets, which looked amazing. It was really cool, but it also made me feel very small.
The place was so elegant. I didn't want to leave even a trickle of seawater behind.
Bezo, for real, do you need to ask Innkeep? Is Faye, I think you could guess why we were banned. Yeah. did some Faye bullshit.
So I quickly got out of my cape and gloves and stored them in a nook next to our entry point. And then I began exploring. Found a news article about a recently renovated ceiling. Seems like the impressive glass dome is a rather new addition to the library. They added it for better lighting and to grant people a glimpse at the world beyond the waves. I found it a bit strange that the renovations seemed to have finished just before the first reports of the alleged book hauntings.
Renovations. I was focused on finding the second puzzle piece. Baya and I looked everywhere, but it was nowhere to be found. We followed the Mary Morgan's directions to a T, and even found the damn pillow where it was supposed to be displayed. But no mechanism was in sight.
I went back upstairs to see if I could find any documentation on where they might have stored it. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any information on their filing system. Instead, I found something far more interesting. An antique book that had collected quite a bit of dust on its spine. It contained stories about the creation of our planes, the dragons, and the mythical creatures they created.
Such as spirits?
Exactly! I found the description of a certain spirit called the Tempest.
powerful fire spirit created by Leviathan that reminded me of the one Melly freed. It's associated with, well, fire, passion, affection, and somehow, and listen to this, storms. The book contained a dramatic short story about the massive storms of the primordial sea that the tempest summoned when upset. So you think the storm outside could be caused by an upset tempest? I figured it had something to do with that spirit that Melly was talking about. Bingo!
Well, why is it upset? I didn't do anything. Except set it free. Did it not want to be free?
Did the book say anything about mysterious mechanisms, Archie? Well, I couldn't quite finish reading it. While I was leafing through it, I got distracted by a peculiar wet trail on the floor. And sure, it could have been from Baya or even me. But then I realized the trail led to where I left my cape and gloves. Driven by curiosity, I decided to follow it. When I arrived, there was only a single glove left on the floor. The curse of the library. It was so odd. Did my clothes come to life all of a sudden, or did someone take them? We were supposed to be alone, after all. At least, so we thought.
At first, I thought I was imagining things. You know, maybe being underwater isn't so good for your psyche.
But then I heard it as well, a soft rustling sound I've heard many times before. It was the sound of pages turning, books being opened and closed. As if the library was full of people reading.
And then I felt something nibbling on my boots. I looked down, and at first I thought I had just stepped on a book that had fallen off the shelf while we were rummaging around. Then I saw teeth. And a tongue. The book was alive, and it was eating my shoe.
She screamed so loud it was a miracle none of the guards heard. But I knew exactly what we were dealing with. They were creatures I'd read about numerous times before. Every fictional adventurer runs into them at least once in every few books. Mimics. I don't think I've ever seen anyone proclaim that word so happily before. Well, it was my first time actually seeing one in the wild. Though I would have expected them to look more like treasure chests or doors. Suddenly, the whole floor was swarming with books.
Books with dozens of long, pointy teeth. Books that wanted to eat me alive.
Forgotten were our plans to find the mechanism. We had to defend ourselves first. I'd read enough about mimics to know exactly what to do in such a situation. I drew my rapier to defend us, but my weapon wasn't really needed.
Your drinks made us so fast those evil books couldn't even get near us.
And they stood no chance against my witchcraft. Aw, at least you tried, Archie. Whips made out of kelp were snapping the mimics apart like twigs. Good thing they weren't actual books. That would have been a horrible sight to behold. As I was taking notes of my friend's heroics, I heard a particularly wet sound coming from across the room. I stumbled toward it, nearly slipping on the numerous pages scattered on the ground. And lo and behold, there were my missing clothes. A poor mimic had tried to swallow them, but ended up spitting them out.
Maybe they tasted like old books.
Or wet socks. Hey.
Those books were so hungry they were trying to eat everything in their path. So naturally, I started hunting for the book that must have eaten my puzzle piece. I was sure it had to be somewhere around all those angry pages. And guess what? I spotted it! The mechanism was inside what looked to be a tome of ancient arts and crafts. I yelled out for Baya to restrain the book, and then I leapt forward and snatched the mechanism right out of the creature's maw. It was covered in mimic goo, but I could still see the citron underneath.
Thank you for the hydrate and the posture check. It is indeed close enough to 8 o'clock, so.
Obviously, we didn't have time to investigate it right then and there.
Right, you needed to get out.
So I yelled, "Come on, let's get out of here!" and quickly jumped out of the window.
I picked Archie up by the waist and slithered down the outside wall. I could still hear the mimics wrestling around inside, but none of them chased after us. We made it out. I survived my second adventure.
I mean, the adventure wasn't over just yet.
We still had to get back to the surface. We snuck far away from the library until it felt safe enough for us to simply blend in with Underwater's evening crowds. Genie's window exit, very rogue. Neil would be very proud. Very proud of their daughter. Afterwards, Baya bought a postcard to update the Mary Morgan, as well as a souvenir for... Who was it again? Fable's brother? Yes, I got Oleander some coral sprigs. That's quite lovely. Indeed. Anyway, after that we made it back to the barrier's seal, and then back into the sea. As soon as we stepped outside, the magic bubbles returned to us.
We made it back to the surface with no issues.
Well, there was one issue. I don't know how. Maybe it was the strange storm, but we accidentally swam south instead of north. I was really confused. I didn't understand where my swamp had gone. Or why we were standing in the middle of some mud flats. It was clear that we were stranded by the Wadden Sea. But it was already so late. And we were all pretty exhausted. So we decided to stay the night at a tavern in Borkum. We found Una's favorite tavern. Don't you mean her second favorite? I'm pretty sure she said favorite. She's just afraid of vulnerability.
Speaking of taverns, innkeeper, could I order a drink now, please? That dramatic tale made me thirsty.
Would you like a hot chocolate? Of course. Do you already have a drink in mind?
Yes, I'd like to order a hot chocolate.
Of course. One hot chocolate coming right.
Ah, wait. I would like an extra fancy hot chocolate. Like with glitter marshmallows on top.
Sadly, I'm fresh out of marshmallows.
Oh.
But I could substitute them for some ghost berries. They pop in your mouth when bitten into and add a fun twist to your drink.
Oh. Yes, I love some of those.
Very well. Hot chocolate with ghost berries. Cool. Alright. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Can we still agree best character Melly? Yes, absolutely we can. Oh yeah, hands down, she's the best character. Though if Melly didn't exist, Neil would be the best character. Hands down. Not for any reason in particular, and not because they're hot. Anyway. How's your hot chocolate?
I love it. It's sweet and warm and perfect.
Anyway, please continue. You arrived at the tavern. Exactly. Finally, we could dry our clothes and examine the completed puzzle. Well, we couldn't quite figure out how to fit the pieces together, but we had both parts.
The second piece was larger than the first, and had weird round layers made entirely out of citron. And someone had scratched something into it. Not sure what though, but there were a lot of scratches.
Neil needs Melly to be there. Needs to be there. Melly's gone, or I say Clay or Fable.
There was also this
indentation.
Exactly that.
I like how Melly, what was the word she said the other day? Or the other, I guess, in-game day that I was like, how the hell? I like Melly knows some big words, but not all the big words. Neil with Melly is just, I'm 14 and full of edge. I don't know. I feel like Neil in particular went through a lot of growth. I feel like they're less focused on being like big edgelord and like it wasn't just because of Melly. I feel like Fable also had a hand in it. But like, I don't know, Neil became less focused on being a big ol' edgelord and
you know, is more confident in themselves now, hence why we know their name. Like, Melly helped, Fable helped, but I think some of it was just being more comfortable with people. I feel like yeah, Melly was, I think it was just becoming, you know, like, it could have been anybody. You know what I mean? Like, it was just, he learned to trust people more.
Exactly that. Like, it looked like the two pieces would just snap into place, but no matter how we turned the second one, it never fit.
One protruding arm of Citron was always in the way. And there was also a second indentation whose purpose we couldn't figure out either. So what did you figure out?
Well, I just want to say it was a pretty tough puzzle.
And we had a long day. And also, the lighting in the tavern was exceptionally bad. You didn't figure anything out, did you?
Nope. I worked so hard to get the second piece, but it seemed like something was still missing. And I really wanted to fix what I'd messed up.
So the tavern might not have had the best amenities. What it did have, though, was a peculiar guest who overheard our frustrating sighing.
Turns out he was a researcher who also got lost because of the strange storm.
He was on his way to Zelford and ended up in Borkum, just like us. And he was very friendly.
He told us he got attacked by an angry fire spirit on his way out of the Forbidden Valley. And the spirit's description sounded eerily familiar. He got away and tried to make it back home. Apparently, he just finished his research assignment on the eating habits of giant toads in the Forbidden Valley.
Thank you for the stretch. Oh, gosh. Okay. Oh, big stretch. Okay. We got this. We got this. We gotta get through this hour.
But he lost some of his notes running from the spirit. Which got me thinking, if we can't figure out the puzzle, we'll just have to figure out oh no. Figure out the spirit instead.
Hooray.
I decided we'll follow it to the Forbidden Valley.
The researcher gladly gave us directions on how to get to their research outpost. Not that they're very useful with the storm going on right now. So that's your next destination? The Forbidden Valley?
Yes.
I've heard it's a dangerous place.
The researcher said the same thing. He said there's a huge poisonous lake you need to pass by to even get in.
That lake sounds like a beautiful place. It's also poisonous, so be careful.
Yeah, beautiful and not at all bad if you fall in. Sounds so not scary and safe and normal.
Melly, are you sure you want to go there?
Yes? No. But I want to solve this riddle and fix the mess I made.
You know it's okay to take a step back from time to time.
But I'm Visoa's greatest detective. I don't want to be a coward.
You're not a coward. You're not a coward. You're responsible. If you don't think you can handle this, it's okay to ask for help. Sometimes that's the smarter thing to do. Exactly. There's nothing wrong with not being able to do everything yourself. It would be a very lonely world if there was. I'll go collect clues in the valley for you, Melly, and I'll bring the puzzle back safely to your paws, like the best assistant.
Okay, thank you. To be honest, I'm kind of relieved. I was really scared there for a moment. And I trust you to solve this case for me.
Very well then. I'll write up a quest for it post-haste. Wonderful. But we might need a few more brave adventurers for this journey. I'll start asking around. But before I leave, After all that talking, I'm in dire need of a drink, dear innkeeper. Of course. Anything specific in mind? Maybe something that'll steel my vocal cords for recruiting some more assistants to protect me from a sore throat tomorrow. Leave it to me. Big defense. Steel tonic. Yeah. Alright. What do I usually do for this one? I don't remember. Is it this? I guess it is, yeah. Has some fire resistance too, I guess. Yes. And then one of those. Okay. Ta-da! Liquid steel, just for you. Thank you very much. This is exactly what I needed. I can already feel the itching in my throat subsiding. Melly, do you want to help us choose the right people for the quest? You can absolutely come and help ask around.
Oh, yes, I would love to.
Good luck, everyone. Oh, I have magic now, too. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Alright. Time to write up a new quest. A tempest is announced. The mechanism, as well as the spirit that inhabited it, is rooted in the realms of the great dragons. The tempest storm is wreaking havoc and causing confusion all across Vasoa as people get lost or turn into frogs. Someone needs to put an end to this and track the tempest down. It was last seen in the Forbidden Valley, where it may be getting up to forbidden shenanigans. What can possibly stop this force of nature? Yay! Having too much fun messing around with emotes. I do that all the time in Discord. Like, if there are some that are like are made to connect to whoa. Like, there's some that are made to connect to others. Sorry, that looked really cool. Hi, Oleander. Morning. Good morning. You look tired. What happened? Tired. I'm not. Your eye bags have eye bags. It was a long night. Storm's still storming. Yeah, honestly, that's a good way to put it. I spent all night leading people away from the Grove's interplanar portal. The Amaranthine Hydra deserves some privacy. And I really don't want someone accidentally wandering into Avalon. The Frog Venturers keep trying to break out of the treehouse too. Barely even had time to look after Fable's vegetable garden. Do you think they're okay? Do you think the storm has reached Vielos too? Are they equipped to handle it? What if they stumble into the Twilight Chasm again? Sure, Fable's alright. Fable has faced much worse. Fable has faced much worse. Without my help. They're fine. Plus they have Neil. They're good. Fable is good. Fable has faced much worse. After everything they've been through, I doubt this storm poses much of a threat to them. That does nothing to calm me down. Have some faith in them. They trust you to take care of the Grove. Maybe return the favor. I'll try. So, now you're here to take a break. Do you need a room? So no one sees you resting? No, I just need to sit for 2 minutes in silence is all. Soul the D&D player, would this annoy you? I have bows in D&D. Bows in D&D lose power and break if kept strung for too long. I played with a DM that didn't really keep track of ammo. So it would be an adjustment for me and a lot to get used to, and I'd probably be annoyed at first. But I mean, if that's just the way that the DM plays, I can't exactly be like, no, don't play this way. Yeah, in real life, that's how it works, but this is fantasy. You can do whatever you want. Got it. You're not getting your silence anymore. Sorry. I hate to break it to you, Oleander. I was told there's a quest waiting for me. I can confirm my quest board has one waiting for a brave adventurer like yourself. Perfect. Now we can tick that one off the to-do list. Only actually doing the whole quest left. I take it you've been recruited? Ah, yeah, boys, cool music. Archie asked me to join in, yeah. And I can't say no to such beautiful companions. Baya told him he's coming, and that was that. How can I refuse if my best friend wants to spend time with me? With Melly taking the responsible decision of sitting this one out, we really need a fearless leader for the quest. So of course we'd ask Voy. Fearless? Leader? I thought I was coming along for support. You know, play a cool musical number while you guys do some kick-ass moves. Every adventure needs a leader, and you have the most charisma out of all of us. You know, fair? He is a bard. I mean, I guess I could try to lead. Voyage, the fearless leader. I can see it now. You can? Of course I can. You got charisma and guts, and you're working on that confidence of yours. Plus, they clearly trust you, and you care for their well-being. Nothing more important in a leader than empathy for their troop. It can't be that different from leading on a stage, I guess. It's a cool enchanted bow. I'm not gonna be like, oh, by the way, you kept it strong for just a bit too long, and now it's fucked. Have fun, lol. I'll give it a shot. And if you ever feel lost, we'll help you as best as we can. I do have a question, though. Archie, are you sure you want to go? Collecting inspiration for your books is all well and good, but the Forbidden Valley is one of the most dangerous places on Gaia. Like, I'd just be like, enchantment made it not break, or some shit, I don't know. Do you want to stay away from quests like this? Baya said the same thing. She's worried sick for him. I suppose that's fair. This quest has the potential to be quite dangerous. I don't fancy myself much of a daredevil anymore. But the Forbidden Valley was one of Theo's biggest interests. Oh, Theo was his friend. That's right. He knew practically everything there is to know about it. So, naturally, I absorbed a lot through him. I read more into it, too. After everything happened, as a way to remember him. Thus, I have quite a bit of knowledge about everything the researchers have discovered so far. Like poisonous Dead Man's Lake or the sleep cycles of giant saber-toothed tigers. I don't know how much I can help with navigation, considering the current state of things. But at least I'll know what a wandering Dianea muscipula looks like if we run into one. I'm uniquely equipped to aid in this quest. I only run high difficulty. Yeah. Okay. If it's supposed to be more high difficulty, then yeah, I could see that. Like if it's just like a, you know, casual thing with like, you know, like a casual thing, whatever. It's like supposed to be super relaxing, then yeah. But if it's meant to be high difficulty, then yeah, that makes sense. And while I decided to step back from full-time adventuring, that does not mean I will stand idly by as chaos unfurls in front of me. Not if I'm able to help. I see you learn from my mistakes. We both did, it seems. The lost spirit worries me too. I remember feeling lost, and I don't wish that on anyone. We don't know if it's actually lost per se. We shall find out how to help it, or at the very least, figure out how to keep it from causing more chaos. It's brave of you, Archie. You sound a bit reckless. Sounds brave. I couldn't agree more. Sounds almost like a leader to me. I'll happily be your right-hand man. Alright, alright. And if all else fails, Bio will be by our side. They'll be able to guide us to and through the Forbidden Valley in no time. About that. I'm not so sure she actually can. Maya got pretty lost on her way back to the Moon Swamp, remember? Plants are all confused and fuzzy because of that cursed storm. And she still can't teleport to the Forbidden Valley. And I'm definitely not feeling another risky teleportation spell. Ah. I guess we'll have to use our collective brain power to find our way then. Especially through the valley. The very dangerous valley. Maybe we can pray to the dragons for help? I feel we might need more than just a prayer. Could you become a cleric? I could. Wait. You're Oleander Verafina, right? Fable's brother? Me? Yes. I sure am. Baya told me about you. She got you some coral sprigs from underwater. That's nice. She said you're an expert ranger, that people rely on you to guide them through the Ashen Grove. That's very kind of her, and correct. Spectacular! So you can help us. Oh. What? Well, we're in desperate need of an expert guide, and you happen to be one. It's a perfect match. It would be if I was interested, which I am not. I'm sure you can find another guide. But you're right here. That doesn't count as a qualification. But your experience does. Don't leave us hanging. We might get eaten by a wandering Dionysus muscle thing. Wandering Dionea I still can't say that word. Wandering Dionea muscipulae. They're mutated Venus flytraps. Ah, so you were eavesdropping on us then. Aren't you fascinated by the valley? Fascinated, maybe. I can't see the handsome man. Can you make chat invisible, please? Absolutely, I could do that for you. There you go. Just for you, my friend. Fascinated, maybe, but it's far away and far too hostile to mortal kind. Fascination should never make you reckless. Imagine the unique flora and fauna we could encounter. And imagine all the people you would help. Imagine all the people you would help with this. Imagine all the people I would abandon. Your sisters can take over some of your duties, I'm sure. And what if something happens to them? What if something happens to them or someone else because you sat here and did nothing? Your sibling's still off somewhere. With your help, we'll solve this so fast they won't even notice you're gone. And we're very pleasant traveling companions. Archie can info dump about all the weird creatures on the way there. Fine. Alright. Really? Thank you so much! You've listed at least 60 million pounds off my heart. Now all we need is a delicious drink from you, dear innkeeper. I never refuse that request. What can I get you? We could certainly use a hefty serving of defense. The Forbidden Valley is deadly. We need to be hardened against anything. I'd also recommend some strength, in case we come across hostile creatures we can't avoid. I certainly hope we won't. Don't worry, Archie. We'll protect you. As for the drink, when we encounter the spirit, we should also be resistant against at least some of its magic. I imagine you have something for fire resistance. Of course I do. Perfect. Let's go with that then. Wait a minute. We don't have to go all survivalist here. Don't we want to survive? Sure, but we also want to have some fun, right? And be, like, smart and stuff. That certainly seems like a lost cause. I think we should figure out what's up with the spirit. Archie, since Millie gave you the mechanism, maybe we can show it to the Tempest and ask what it's all about. If it's not very chatty, there's an outpost full of researchers out there. They're bound to have some smart people ideas. As for the monsters, we can just stack up on dexterity. Sneak around them, run away. You know, the classics. And we'll top it all off with some smooth inspiration. My favorite. That'll give us a leg up on whatever we decide to do. That sounds incredibly negligent. People would always complain about nothing happening at the Grove, and it's probably because he would only let them do the safe, boring stuff because he would do all the dangerous stuff. Probably. That sounds like something he would do. That sounds incredibly negligent. And yours sounds unnecessarily violent. I can see the appeal of both. Innkeeper, I trust your intuition. Defense, strength, and fire resistance to stand a chance in any fight. Or charisma, dexterity, and inspiration, so we can try to figure out what's going on. Let's see what my intuition has in store for you. Alright, so what do we want to do here? Should we prepare for a fight, or should we try to figure out what's going on? Oh, excuse me. Okay. Ugh. Pog Big Brother. Yeah. You know, Oleander is a great big brother. I don't know. Both are interesting options. Oh, there's a thing. Oh, a thing for Oleander. Dex. Alright, cool. Alright, so we're going with the, what is this one? Okay. Have 2 brain. Okay. Is it time for the Neil special? Yes, you can bring back chat. Okay. Well, we were gonna go back to see Oleander, right? You wanted to see Oleander some more? Or are you good? Are you fully, have you fully taken in the hot man? Good communication never hurts. Worst case, you can try to recruit some extra hands to help you fight a powerful foe. I've taken him in. Okay. Best case, no violence will be necessary. Very reckless. Very fun. A very good idea, I think. Don't worry, Oleander. We maxed out our stealth skills. I highly doubt that. But I'll make sure you follow the correct path. What happens aside from that is none of my concern, I suppose. Thank you for your help. We're off to pick up Baya then. Look forward to our charismatic tale. Why did I say yes to this? It'll be fun, I promise. Let's stay positive. Lead the way, Archibald. I think you probably should. Right. See you soon, Innkeeper. Hopefully with tales of our friendship. Once I'm bashing Music Man, he looks very cuddleable. Agreed. He's kind of weird and creepy, but, you know. Well, the storm's gone. Would you look at that? The weather's cleared up. Does that mean they were successful? Hopefully no one turned into a frog. Baya! Please, make room for the great voyage. Applause. Applause. I love that Baya's voice hype, man. This is amazing. Ta-da! It is I, Voyage the music guy. Yes! He did it! I'm the great leader of... Oh, we forgot to come up with a group name. The Bog Bodies. The Bog Bodies. Welcome back. Where's the rest of your fabulous troop? Outside. They got distracted by the flowers outside. Lovely. I don't have any flowers to offer you, but how about a drink? No, thank you. I'm going to let Melly know all about our case. You're a wonderful assistant, Baya. Thank you. I'll send the little birdies inside. So, they get along now? Splendidly. They didn't stop talking the whole way back. I'm coming around, the music guy could stay. Fair enough. Innkeeper, your forget-me-nots are looking gorgeous. Thank you, Archie. Atchie. Oh. A typo. Who's Atchie? Thank you, Archie. As do you two. Are you trying to charm a story out of us? Yes. Well, it's working. Prepare for our wonderful tale about saving Asteria from the Tempest's wrath. Archie is his nickname. His name is Archibald. Archie is his nickname. Before that, can I offer anyone a drink? Please. I've been craving one the whole way back. Perhaps something with the fang of the colossal saber-toothed tiger? We saw one on the way through the Forbidden Valley, and it was breathtaking. On it. Okay, he doesn't care what. He just cares that the infusion's in there. Okay, so that gives us 1 dex, 1 strength, and -1 charisma. I could do this. Could also do that one. Could also do that one. Alright, do we want the Sailor's Courage? Do we want the Steel Tonic? Do we want the Silent Owl? That's our options, yeah. Okay. I guess I could do Ocean Fizz, too. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? Ocean Fizz, Sailor's Courage, Steel Tonic, or, people can have multiple nicknames. Listen. Listen. It's funnier to think that it was a typo, okay? Ocean Fizz, Sailor's Courage, Steel Tonic, or Silent Owl. Silent Owl haven't made it to stream. Okay. Silent Owl it is. There we go. I hope this will make you feel as brave as a saber-toothed tiger. Oh my, it does indeed. Absolutely delectable as usual, innkeeper. I'll take that tail now. Of course. First, Oleander got us to the Forbidden Valley with remarkable haste. No, Fables was the Swift Strike, but we don't have that one. Fable like deck stuff because they're a ranger. It was difficult to navigate through the storm, but my traveling companions weren't all that bad. We were faster than I thought we would be. Making it through the gravel mag was difficult, but it was nothing compared to the poisonous Dead Man's Lake. Did you know there are creatures inside of it? No, and I would have been fine not knowing. As if. You're nosy. Are you having fun, Iris? True. They tried to drag us into the lake, and we dropped the mechanism. It almost fell into the corrosive waters. But Baya caught it just in time. I'm losing my mind. And then Voy had an idea. He saw aberrations appearing in the fog not too far from us and ran toward them. We followed him, of course, as did the lake creatures. The aberrations latched onto them, and while our foes were busy fighting, we escaped. It was pretty smart. Thank you. It was a close call. My heart is racing all over again. Could I maybe have a drink to help me calm down? How about one of those 1,000 winds, since we stopped a storm and all? Perfectly on theme. 1,000 winds coming right up. Alright. No. No. Sure, this works. Grab it. There we go. What? Did I not? Oh, I put too much defense in there. I'm stupid. That should be it, right? Ta-da! 1,000 winds tamed just for you. This tastes awesome. I feel like I'll start floating any minute. Anyhow, Lele led us deeper into the valley, which was fascinating. Lele. Oleander. Oh, Leleander. I just realized. I was been reading his name wrong the whole time. It's Oleleander. Obviously. Oh no, it is Oleander. It is Oleander. Okay, I'm like, have I been reading it wrong? No, I have not. Voy is just stupid. Maybe we should write down what we saw in the valley. Like in a book? Well, you write those, right? And they're pretty good. So maybe you could make something like a guide. I'd love that. We should definitely do that. This gives me in the special place because this is so close to my first D&D character. Or DS3 character. I can't read. Oh, the emote? We were brainstorming what to do next while hiding from one of those frolicking flytrap things, when Archie suggested asking the researchers for help. I thought perhaps they could point us in the spirit's direction. The Forbidden Valley is quite large, after all. Finding the settlement itself was difficult, so Voy told us to put our heads together, metaphorically, of course. Archie told me about the mutated elderberry bushes the researcher had said he planted near the outpost. So I found a many-eyed squirrel, and Baya convinced it to lead us to the bushes. Worked like a charm. The researchers were happy to see us, once they stopped thinking we were stormy aberrations. They're a strange bunch of people. They're also very kind. When we told them about our problem, they were fascinated. So I asked them if they wanted to take a look at the mechanism. And then I sang them tunes to get them in the right headspace for smart people thinking. A dramatic ballad about the Tempest Heart. It was delightful. Annoying and creative was what I was going for, but sure. With a little bit of inspiration, they were able to figure out what it was. A zoetrope. It's some sort of spinning picture thing. Archie happened to know all about zoetropes. The researchers thought that it was the spirit's home, and as it was an essential part of how the mechanism would have functioned. With it destroyed, the spirit was trapped inside, but at least it still had shelter. Now it had neither a home, nor any enrichment, nor purpose. That sounded quite terrifying. So I thought, what if we built it a new home? Something fun, so it doesn't have to be bored and lonely. We started brainstorming ideas since we didn't think we could fix the zoetrope. The divine design would have been difficult to replicate. One researcher even thought that it could have been made by a dragon themselves.
We were a bit overwhelmed trying to live up to that, but then Lele had an idea. I suggested we build a lantern. Lanterns are very useful for guiding people. It would get to see a lot of the Forbidden Valley, all while we're getting a purpose and a way to spend time with others. It was a genius idea! Forbidden Valley sounds, I don't know, funny because they have been there before, kind of like when you go in a final area in the game on the second playthrough, yeah. Thank you, Archie. Obviously, we didn't know if the Tempest would like it. So, while the researchers got to work building a lantern, using the center of the zoetrope as a home for the flame, we sought out the spirit. They were pretty sure it was terrorizing the wildlife of the nearby toad thicket. So your plan was to pitch the new contraption? Like, is it so forbidden I've been there? We decided on no plan. Just vibes and improvisation. You decided that. Can't argue with the effectiveness of that decision. I could, but I'm choosing not to. We found the Tempest stuck in one of the frozen traps of sleet and moose. Of a sleet moose. Of sleet and moose. Of a sleet moose. I was going to walk up to it and use the opportunity to pitch our proposal, but then I saw Lele eyeing the trap. I asked him if he wanted to help, and he said, yes. I felt sorry for it being stuck in that trap and on our plane, I guess. So I asked Baya if she could fortify my arrows with thorns. Then I stepped forward and shot an arrow at the trap. It hit a weak spot, and it splintered, freeing the Tempest. Immediately, it rushed forward, but stopped right in front of me, staring me straight in the eye. I looked back calmly, and in the tongue of the primordial sea, I said, we're building you a new home. Would you like to see it? It was a bit confused by the suggestion, so I crouched down and drew a lantern outline in the dirt while explaining our idea in detail. I proposed we could start with a trial period, see how it liked spending time with the researchers. And I promised if it didn't like it there, I would personally bring it back to the primordial sea. It was so scared it would just be forgotten about and lost again. But I assured it that my friends, my traveling companions, would never let that happen, and it believed me. So back at the camp, we offered it the finished lantern. The gift made it dance in excitement. Baya had taught it a happy dance on the way back. With a rumbling sound, the Tempest entered the mechanism, and as it did, the raging storm around us was absorbed as well. Bit by bit, the hooded lantern absorbed the storm until it was all gone. Inside the mechanism was a purple flame, still dancing happily. Then we properly introduced the spirit to the researchers. They all pitched their research projects, trying to see which one it would like to delve into the most. It was really interested in primordial spores. I should try adding some of those to a drink. And that's exactly why we didn't bring any back. We spent the night celebrating together, before embarking on the journey home. What an eventful quest. And great persuasion work, Oleander. Can I offer you a drink on the house as a thank you? Aren't all your drinks on the house? You wish. Ominous. But yes, please. Maybe something for my brain? Another headache? No, I'd like to understand the build of the lantern better, in case I ever run into a lost spirit again. How adventurous of you. Gives off the same vibe as when in a game at the end an NPC is like, oh no, the sky is red now, I wonder if something bad is going to happen. All panicked, and you're like, I've played these games before. Yes, we're all gonna die. Fly, you fools. Me, Faye, how's it all ominous? Should be obvious, right? Like, I'm a Faye, dude. Very rarely do I give stuff without asking for stuff in return. That's why I loved Changeling the Lost so much, because Changeling the Lost is such an interesting system. Because it's all about the Fae and how awful the Fae are. Here,
I hope this will brighten your day like a magical lantern. Your drinks are far too good to be free. You know that, right? Is that a complaint? No, it's a compliment. Thanks. So, now you're all going to take a nap? Nah, we're helping Archie with his travel plans. I got more character information. And who would have thought that he'd actually learn to put his guard down and let some light in? It seems like behind that giant wall of duty and responsibility slumbers a gentle and caring soul that also happens to have a way with fiery spirits. Travel plans? I'd like to see more of Asteria, to meet something interesting, to meet interesting people and creatures and hear about all their stories. The researchers actually offered to let me stay for a bit, so I might go back. I can't wait to travel the world and write about all the brave people I encounter. Not alone, of course, solo trips aren't really for me. You should take Oleander along. I'd love that! I wouldn't mind either, I guess. As long as we're not gone for too long. The Grove and all. Of course, we'll start small. How do you feel about Boreas? I'm excited, to be honest. Excellent. Sounds like there are a lot more adventures waiting for you. Are there always? Life's just a never-ending chain of adventures. And we can't wait to tell you about all of them. But for now, how about we go check on those frog venturers in Fable's treehouse? Good idea. Can we bring them by the tavern afterwards? Anytime. I'll get a drink ready for them. Well. Oh, that was nice. Damn, that was quick. So, the thing did say that there were multiple endings. So I'm curious. If I choose the other drink, if there's a, Okay. You also thought that? I also was like, oh, they're gonna hook up at some point. That was a nice little story. So I'm wondering what happens if I choose the other drink, because it did say there were multiple endings. So, oh, it's raining. Oh yeah, we got time. We got time to see the other ending. I unfortunately have to run the whole thing again, but it's fine. We could just skip. Because I didn't save it all, and I hope not, yeah. Let's see the other ending now, since we have time. Alright, is there a way to skip? Is there a way to skip? Thought there was a way to skip. What's the skip button? Hello? Settings. Do I just hold down? No? How do I skip? I know that there's got to be a way to skip, because pick all different options. Okay. We only have 20 minutes and I kind of need to be somewhere after stream, so oh, fast forward button. There we go. Ah. Oh crap. I already screwed up. Oh, this is a tutorial. I don't care. I've seen the tutorial. I know how to do this. I picked the wrong option. No. Okay. Big strength. We'll just do this. Okay. Okay. Hitting out fun quest. Working with Archie. All right. Now you want that. Okay. Having fun skipping through because I was dumb and decided not to save. I knew there were multiple endings and I didn't freaking save. Damn it. Alright, it's fine. Speedrunner soul. Well, if Una would just stop fucking asking me questions. Hello. There we go. That's more what I wanted, if because Una just would not stop asking me questions. All right, steel tonic. Speed run. Soul when asked anything, specifically by Una, because Una, I don't like her. She was mean to me. Said my tavern was old. Oh. Alright, you want brain. Big brain. Big brain! Alright. I'm sad that we didn't get to see Fable and Neil this time, but we got to meet Fable's brother, and he's pretty cool, so... Hello. Time for the Neil special. Hello, Oleander. Good to see you. The Neil special sounds like a WWE move. He want coffee. I give him coffee. Frickin' coffee addict. And then brain. Hope this other ending's worth it. If it's sad, I'm gonna be upset. And I went through all this for a frickin' bad ending. Dangerous, I think was what I did. Oh, I must not have done this one. I don't. Okay. Okay, there we go. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay. And then it was this one, and this one. Yes. Alright. Woo! Oh, there we go. We had to go with the fallback. Cause it's 15 minutes before the end of stream and nothing happened. Had to go with the old fallback, I see. Alright, part 2 of 5, I think. I think there were 5 parts. Rest of this should be super speedy though. I just gotta make some drinks. That's true, you did. Ellie would be so sad. Do 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 do. I love watching the speed. It's like do 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 do. All right, I think we chose Dex before, so we're just gonna make the same thing so we can skip through all of this. Ocean Fizz, I think was what we made before. Boom. Nothing annoying or scaring happened. Has just been nice. You're right, yeah. It just had a really nice time, and I think the next one takes place in like a seaside tavern or something, according to the Steam page. So I'm looking forward to it. Got the beach episode for the next DLC, and I will be streaming the next DLC once it gets released. Whoa! What was that? Do 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 do. Okay, rain. Yes, rain. Rain, rain, rain. Okay. You want more coffee? No, you want brain. Does coffee give brain? Not 3. Okay. We'll do brain. Brain, brain, brain. Okay. Big brain for Oleander. Da-ding! Oh, right. The weird fog happens now. Okay. Big Riz. Neil special. Let's go. Do 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 do. And then 1 hot chocolate with the berries, I believe, for Melly, because Melly wanted the ghost berries. One hot chocolate for everyone's favorite little cat girl. And 1 big defense drink for... I think it was Archie that wanted that one. Boom. Skipping through all this again. Goodbye, everybody. Alright, I can make the quest now. Alright, so here's where our choices are gonna differ. We're gonna do the strength this time and prepare to fight it. So, this is where our choices are going to diverge. Is this day, because this is the day that we make the drink. Hello, Oleander. Boom, 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 boom. You look tired. Fable has been through... Oh. I tried to pick the second option, but picked the third one. You saw that. Anyway, apparently I'm worried about Fable now. This will be the... This will be the Archie get mauled choice. I hope not. This is the will Archie get mauled choice. Both know neither of us will do that. So we just have to wait until they get back and scold us for worrying so much. Guess I can't argue with that. Anyway, you're here. Take a break. You wanted silence? Good fucking luck. You don't get silence. Because Voy is here. And Voy cannot stay quiet. Coward number 1, what the fuck is wrong with you? Oh! Oops. One seems plenty nice. Don't leave us hanging. We might get eaten by a wandering giant. Okay. Okay. So this is where the choices will diverge. We want the defense this time. With the fire resistance. I don't know. Voy has been in my good graces. Like, Voy is very, like... He's very... Like, I'm very back and forth on Voy. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, he's kind of funny. And sometimes I'm like, yeah, he actually kind of sucks. And I kind of go back and forth with him. Oh, it just took out a whole word. I think Oleander is right. You're walking straight into danger's maw, and I'd love to see you all back in one piece. Thank you for the common sense. Will this be enough to get rid of the Tempest, though? Do we even know how to fight something so powerful? Perhaps you could build a trap or something. Figure out how to contain it in that mechanism of yours. Any ideas on how to do that? What if it breaks out again? I might have an idea. Really? Innkeeper, I almost missed you just sitting there and staring at us while we desperately try to come up with solutions ourselves. I can retract my idea. I said almost. In that case, maybe you can find a way to send the Tempest back to the Primordial Sea. Get Leviathan to collect his pet. How do we do that? There's no step-by-step manual. I haven't encountered this problem before. Maybe trapping the spirit back in the mechanism is a good idea. Then you can turn it into an offering. He'll probably want both back. But most importantly, you'll need to get his attention. I'll write down some prayers that could help, but he can be a bit moody, so good luck. And if that doesn't work, fight it with water or a magical weapon. So can I borrow the axe? No. Bad idea. Fine. How about that fancy dagger? It's magical, old as balls, full of vampiric magic, etc., etc. Maybe it could stand a chance against the Tempest. I'll allow it, but be careful. It's a powerful artifact. Don't poke yourself with it. I'll be careful, boss. We're off to pick up Baya then. Look forward to our dramatic tale. Alright. So, you're here to see the other ending. The Eye of the Storm. Yay, boys here. The Storm's Wrath. Oh, interesting. She comes up with a new group name. The Storm's Wrath. Where's the rest of your fabulous troop? They're looking at the flowers. Blah, 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 blah. Lele and Archie are feeding the birds. Oh, they're feeding the birds this time. Lele. Ole, Leander. Obviously. While you wait for them, can I offer you a drink? An ocean fizz, perhaps? No, thank you. Gonna go talk to Melly. Okay. Splendidly. Archie wouldn't stop yapping about flowers until Lele cheered up. Yay, hello. Innkeeper, the birds are complaining you won't let them inside. Until they can prove their innocence to me, they'll have to enjoy their birdseed outside. Your paranoia rivals mine. If you want them to hear your story, we can open the windows. We shall tell them later. For now, prepare for our wonderful tale about saving Asteria from Tempest's wrath. Before that, can I offer anyone a drink? Alright, this is where he's like, I want a drink. Okay. Gotta make the drink first. I forgot. Okay, got one of that, and then one more of this, and there we go. Silent Owl. Bro, I'd be paranoid too. Poor Innkeep. Alright. Of course. First, Oleander brought us to the Forbidden Valley. He protected us against the stormy aberrations that kept blocking our path. Luckily, we were well prepared to defend ourselves against the dangers of the storm. Eventually, the aberrations got tired of losing and left us alone. No one turned into frogs, either. Bummer. Would have loved to serve a frog. Making it through the gravel mag was no issue either. Poisonous Dead Man's Lake, however, well, Melly was certainly right to be terrified. Do you know there are creatures inside of it? No, but I heard rumors, or they kicked my ass once. They kicked my ass once. And then I kicked theirs. Well, Quasar did. Quasar mentioned? Their blood makes for some potent spellcasting ingredients. You are one fascinating individual. The creatures of the lake were quite determined to consume us. Thanks to your powerful magic, their claws could hardly even scratch us. But they quickly changed tactics and tried to pull us into the lake instead. One of them grabbed Archie and almost dragged him in. Then Baya punched it in the face so hard she knocked it out. Damn, Baya! That scared the other ones and they scurried away. Which was great, but when the creature passed out, one of its claws got caught on Archie's belt. And it fuck yes, girl, exactly. And it ripped off the second part of the mechanism, pulling it into the lake. Baya tried to retrieve it, but the poison was too strong even for her. At least we still had the first half from the Highlands, but the mood was dire. Only for a brief moment. I wasn't going to let anything discourage us. I asked Archie to write down everything he remembered about that piece of the mechanism. We might have lost it, but we needed to preserve any knowledge we had about it the best we could. That's what Grace would have said. While he was doing that, I was healing Baya's injuries. I tasked Oleander to look for fiery tracks. They weren't difficult to find. It looked like the Tempest had gotten into a quarrel with the lake monsters as well. I suggested we follow the trail, but I suggested we plan first. I couldn't argue with that. The Tempest was far more powerful than us on an individual level, but we weren't individuals. We were a team. Yeah. Oh God, I already forgot what she called the team. We were also fire resistant and, unlike the Tempest, not distracted by a rage so strong it summoned a storm. Yeah, you know what? Fair. We needed to keep our heads cool and take advantage of that fact. So we came up with a trap. First, we fortified Baya. Baya? Why is Baya the MVP here? Hello? First, we fortified Baya. Oleander had taken some of your drink along in a flask. Oh, nice. Sorry, what? I needed to make sure everyone would be safe. That's in a flask? That borders on blasphemy. Please, Leviathan doesn't strike me as someone who would mind a flask. How would you know? Anyway, Baya didn't get a sip of the drink before we left, so we needed her to be fire resistant. Yeah, you know what? She is kind of covered in seaweed. That's fair. Once your magic was coursing through her, I moved on to camouflage. I knew the flora of the area well, and was able to make her look like the nearby gasping vines. I camouflaged Voy and myself as well. We were going to let Voy lure the spirit in with the remaining part of the mechanism, but I don't know why I tried to read that in Voy's voice. That's very clearly Archie. Oleander didn't trust me not to break it. We only had one shot at this. I wanted to be certain nothing would happen to it. This is pissing me off all over again. Innkeeper, could you spare me a drink to lift my spirits? Yeah, 1,000 wins. Woo! Alright. Draw it out. This works. Okay. Defense. 1,000 wins. Boom. 1,000 wins tamed just for you. Tastes awesome. Feel like I'll start floating any minute. I managed to attract its attention just fine. Approaching the spirit, held up the mechanism like a torch and it rushed toward me. Oh! Thank you, Suzu, for the follow. I appreciate it. How are you doing? Just as it lunged at me, Baya wrapped her vines around it, holding it in place with unnatural strength. I moved out of range quickly, though its fire was unable to harm us. It was still unbearably hot. But we were safe from it for the time being, while the Tempest started struggling to get free. Only problem was, in the euphoria of having a plan, we might have forgotten to think about what to do next. So next, what did you do? An argument broke out. Of course it did. Lele wanted to drag the spirit into the poisonous lake and kill it. Oh, how inhumane. And you wanted to chat it up as if it was waiting for the first opportunity to kill us. I saw Baya's strength was slowly waning, so I called out for Leviathan to do something. Did he? No. But while I was yelling at Oleander, I suddenly saw his eyes twinkle with an idea. Promised him 15 seconds if he gave me the mechanism. He held it out and told me he'd trade it for the dagger. You know, the weird vampiric dagger Lady Evelyn traded you. Oh yeah, did you bring that back, by the way? Because that's kind of a priceless relic. Thanks again for lending it to me. And thanks to me for then lending it to Lele. With the mechanism now in hand, I danced around in an attempt to confuse the spirit. You confused more than just the spirit. I called out to Baya after a pirouette, holding open the lock Melly had opened days ago. Baya drew back her vines and then flung the spirit right at me. As it flew past me, I let the dagger graze its flames. The blade caught fire before the spirit got absorbed by the mechanism. I pushed it shut, but it immediately became so unbelievably hot I dropped it to the ground. I knew I only had a few seconds until the tempest would break free again. I dropped to my knees, getting ready to ram the dagger into the mechanism. To get Leviathan's attention. That's what you advised, right? I'm worried about that, yeah, that the dagger is just kind of foobar now. I didn't know if it would damage the mechanism, the tempest, or both, but I had to take that gamble. He raised his hands high above his head, clutching the dagger tightly between them, and then stopped in his tracks. Frozen, like he couldn't move. Sounds like you got that attention. Sure did. Leviathan. He talked to me. Lucky you, did you get an autograph, or the first time is always terrifying. You know what? We've been around the block before. We've been there, done that. First time's always pretty terrifying. I hope there won't be a second time. Do you really? I'm not sure. But yes, it was terrifying. We couldn't hear them talking, but it looked so scary and cool. Lele's eyes turned all stormy and purple. Meanwhile, I felt like I was slowly becoming part of the storm. I saw that at best it's too late, Iris, I'm sorry. Oh, well, he said many things. As did I. I asked him to take the Tempest back, or we would destroy it. You threatened him? That's funny, that's reckless, that's brave. I mean, isn't Leviathan like a primordial god or some shit? Like, we have a pact with Leviathan, so, like, we can do that. I don't know what happened. I don't know what would happen to Oleander. Well, I mean, clearly Oleander's fine, but pretty reckless of you, honestly, not gonna lie. I was out of ideas, okay? Leviathan thought it was funny. Then he said if I destroyed either the mechanism or the Tempest, he would turn me into a puddle. Sounds like him. He also told me that the mechanism had been a gift from Ur, a home for one of his favorite spirits. So he didn't need much convincing to take it back. We were going a bit worried with Lele staring into nothing at all, and then suddenly there was a loud rumble. The vampiric dagger began absorbing the storm, like it had an insatiable hunger for weird fog. Interesting. That would be a really cool image to see, actually. And when all of it had disappeared, and the sun was shining high above our heads again, Oleander brought down the weapon, driving it deep into the earth. Around it, a primordial vortex opened up. It swallowed the mechanism whole, the Tempest along with it. Then it vanished. We were surrounded by silence. And Oleander? I needed a moment after that. And many more on the way back. I tried to give the dagger to Voy multiple times, but it would always reappear on my belt after a while. Oh, so you're just stuck with it now. Looks like someone was chosen. Can I be unchosen? Nope. Great. Oh, before I forget. Leviathan said you have to name a drink after him now. I'll get to brainstorming. How about a drink to wash away some of that primordial confusion? He is a warlock now. I can't believe it. Wait, did that change in the book now? Does it still say ranger? Yes, it does. Okay. He's just stuck with Leviathan now. Please, immediately. Maybe something strong? I may need to start getting better at handling melee weapons. How adventurous of you. Alright, so the dagger's not fucked, but at least it's in good hands. Alright, something strong. How about your favorite coffee? How about that? Sounds good to me. Have some strong coffee. I hope this will be as strong as Leviathan's will. Is that your way of calling him stubborn? Yes. I guess that makes 3 of us. Thank you. Couldn't ask for a better drink. Or innkeeper. Was that a compliment? Don't push it. And now? Personally, I would love to learn more about the Tempest and the Storm. I've been thinking about an expedition to the Primordial Sea. Lele, I would be honored if you would come along. We could find out more about your new weapon, too. Let's start slow, alright? Maybe you can show me around underwater first. I can work with that. Maya and I want to go back to the Forbidden Valley. Kick some ass, grind, and find more dangerous creatures. Typical. You're welcome to come along, Hotshot. I'd rather fix you 2 up when you get back covered in burns. I personally can't wait to hear all about your adventures. But for now, how about you help me come up with a drink name? We would love nothing more, innkeeper. Yay, we did it. Alrighty, I think that's as good a time as any to end the stream. We finished the DLC. I didn't think we would, hang on, let's just go back. Alright, so that is, yeah, basically, I'm actually shocked. I didn't think we'd finish the DLC today. It said 3+ hours, but I guess that's like, you know, if you want to see everything, I guess. I mean, because this was basically 3 hours. We started a little after, started close to 6:30, and it's 9:12, 9:15 almost now, so, yeah, and with that, oh man, Tavern Talk's over, guys. Like, actually, officially now. What do we do? No, I have plans. I have plans for what's going to replace Tavern Talk. Also, now that Tavern Talk's over, my new schedule will take effect starting next week. I don't want to start it this week. Starting next week, my new schedule will take effect. My Tuesday, Thursday, Friday schedule. It'll be good to kind of add more days, get more stuff in, and have more time to do the things that I want. Because that was the biggest thing with me, was that I didn't really know what I wanted to do, just because I had, you know, I had 2 days a week, and I had both of those days planned, so there were a lot of things that I wanted to do that I couldn't, but now with the extra day, and with the new schedule, I can do that. So, next week we'll start the new schedule. Thursday, we will be back with more Mentor Roulettes. It will be the last Mentor Roulette of 7.2, I believe. Because 7.3 comes out August 5th, I think. The new patch comes out August 5th, so it will be the last Mentor Roulette of the current patch. Next Mentor Roulette stream will be 7.3, which I'm kind of excited for. I pray for Prey so hard. I know you have enough points now. You have enough points that you could just do it. So that will be all from me today. You folks have a great night. You all take care, and I will see you all on British Prey, so close. I know, we're almost there. We just need Praetorium. I'll see you all on Thursday, guys. Take care.